Hello there, everybody. I am finally on. Apologize for the delay. I'm dealing with the issue that Maureen just had yesterday, also, sounds like. So, give me 1 second, make sure I'm up and going here. Okay, looks like I'm there. Alrighty, so I tested my camera with just my my phone camera, but I did not test it on Facebook, so I had to turn my phone off and back on, and now I think it looks okay. So, whew, nothing like starting from a little bit of a panic. So, okay, here are my two projects I'm going to be working on today. I do have my computer up so I can see comments, so let me know if you're here. All right, hi Vicky, I see you. Awesome. Okay, so I am the last presenter of the weekend. This is, wow, all the projects are amazing, amazing. I haven't been able to watch through everybody's complete videos, but I peeked at their projects to see what they were doing. So I'm going to do a couple of Valentine items today using the Be Mine suite. Let me just pull my catalog in here. It is in the Spring Mini, pages 8 and 9. Or 10-2 also, I guess. And it is a $75 suite here in the US. So certainly this would qualify, if you purchase the suite, you would qualify for a celebration item. Here's the actual stamp set. There's also just the bundle, the Be Mine bundle, so you could get the stamp set and the punch if you wanted to. But I'm using actually everything in the suite in my projects today. So, and the other thing I am using is a celebration item, and you guys have seen the celebration booklet and products from other people, but the one that I'm going to use is this one. It's kind of hiding on this page, is the opaque faceted gems. So I'm also going to use those in one of my projects. So there we go. Those colors actually coordinate with the colors in the Be Mine suite. So let's do, now I gotta get my organization back on today after that little delay. Let's do the card first, and then we'll do the little box at the end. Let me move myself stuff out of the way. And you guys heard all about the glass mat, the little addition of this rubberized kind of little tray. I'm just using mine for all my little pieces so I didn't lose them. And this card itself is pretty simple, but I actually, as I was watching Maureen's presentation just a little bit ago, I thought of an idea to kind of step it up a little bit. So the first, this is Daffodil Delight. Is the yellow. The designer series paper in this bundle is absolutely gorgeous. So fun. Lots of bees and hearts and all kinds of flowers and really interesting color pattern or color coordination. So there's these little bees. They're just so cute. I like little bumblebees and things. So like little white flowers. There's some grid and some hexagon or like honeycomb shapes. So all kinds of fun stuff. Excuse me. This card is actually a fairly simple card, like I said. So we're just gonna get the black. I'm just gonna be using black ink, Memento Black. Pretty simple, standard card front size. I'm gonna put my, actually maybe I'll use the tips of everybody else and I'll use my ink pad. I put my ink pad here so it doesn't slide around on the glass mat. And let's start with this little dotted line that to me it looks like the bee is flying, so you can kind of see which direction it's going. All right, maybe this will work because I'm so right-handed that I need to have it on the right side of my mat here. I'll just set it off. And then what I did here is I stamped it so that it's going to go up underneath the layer. So because it's a lot longer, so we're just going to go like this. And as some people have said, I have noticed that I do not need to use my piercing mat underneath when I'm stamping with photopolymer stamps with the glass mat. So that's kind of cool. I'm just going to set this aside. So this is the cool little buzzing of the bee here. And then the sentiment I'm using is you are sweet as honey. So those of you that are looking for ideas for if you've got smaller grandkids, this would be a really cute little Valentine card for grandkids. This actually stamps this as even a little finer, because this I did on the with the piercing mat underneath, and this is like with the glass mat, so the image is a little finer. So that's the difference between those two. And then just for the inside, I might as well stamp that as well. I'm gonna use, there is a little Happy Valentine's Day stamp. On the inside. So simple stamping there. I already put these layers together just to make it easier, and I didn't know how long my whole presentation was going to take, so I wanted to kind of jump ahead. So I'm just going to lay that down, and it's probably good since I was late starting now. If you guys have any questions, let me know. This, like I said, these are pretty straightforward. As many of you know, I'm pretty straightforward stamper. Okay, so then I did already do this bee. I'll stamp one and put one together. Actually, maybe I will do that so that it dries, that I'm going to use on the box. So let's do that. And then the glue can dry while we're putting the card together. So all I did for this one, there is a body of the bee in the stamp set. So if you wanted to stamp that in a yellow and then do the stripes over the top, you certainly can do that. But I thought it was just as easy for this project to stamp right on the yellow cardstock. And then punch it out. So this is the punch. It has the bee body, which could also be used for other things. The first thing I thought of was like a word bubble. And then the wings and the antenna shapes are hearts, so you could also use them as hearts. Get this lined up. Pieces flying. Got my garbage over here. What I did for, I'm going to pull the box in here just really quick. I used the pool party for the wings and the antenna on the box. So that's what these little pieces are here. I stamped and punched them already. But the reason I want to just do it ahead of time so that this glue gets a chance to dry. You don't need a lot. But I will kind of put that. Oh, the other thing I need to do before I glue it, there are several little faces for the bee in this stamp set. So there's the smile, there's a winky face, there's a smile like you're with the eyes closed, and then there's this one with kind of the eyelash there. So you can kind of give your bee some animation or feeling depending on the face you choose. Now I've tried to use, sorry, I'm off of the screen right at the moment. I have to slide this little piece off. I might actually just kind of do it on here. I think you guys can see that. So we can lay out our little piece and then kind of tuck this under, and then we can just kind of leave it there to dry while we're putting our card together. So I put dimensionals on the back of this little guy. got our have our bee up and flying off of the page. Sorry, I'm reaching. I spent last weekend cleaning and organizing my craft room, and I kind of rearranged my desk, and I don't know if I'm liking it 100% yet, and I'm certainly not used to it. So I'm reaching over things and grabbing things. It's gonna be a little bit of time before I'm used to it, because it's been the other way for so long. Okay, so the other thing I thought about adding, on this one I added some of the little flowers, so I will bring those in. I'm running out because I used this for my club and for a class already, so I don't have any of the red ones left, which is fine because there's all kinds of colors in here. Alright, so I'm just looking at some comments here. Maybe I'll use the lighter pink. These are a little sticky to use the putty end, which is, you know, usually the end that I use for embellishments. Let me pull it off in here. I may just use, they work better for, the putty end of that will usually work better for thicker embellishments. Sorry, I just gotta get the putty off of there now. These thin ones, it doesn't always work quite as well. So the other thing, sometimes it's just easier to pick them up too. And when you don't have fingernails, you know. There we go. All right. Well, that was fun. Okay, so the other thing I thought of while I was watching Maureen, and she was putting all those hearts on her project, is there are a bunch of little hearts in this set too. So there's these three together, the single one, and then the bigger one. So you can stamp all kinds of hearts. The other thing you can do is punch out hearts. So I punched out a few hearts and put them up on dimensionals. And then I realized that this little love you fits perfectly on this heart. So I thought that was kind of cute. I thought I'd add that to the front of this card, especially thinking about all of you guys with grandkids. Wouldn't that be cute just to have the bee kind of saying that he is loving you. And then with these hearts, I initially was just kind of lay them over, but then guess what I realized? The other thing you can do, these hearts match up exactly with this designer series paper. So if you wanted to use this punch, it might be a little hard to get the heart in there. You could punch out those hearts, but I just punched it in Sweet Sorbet, so I could layer over the top with a little bit of dimension to have those hearts kind of pop up. Let's see, I'm gonna have to find a spot on this. When I was playing with this one, I have obviously 3 solid hearts in the designer series paper, but maybe I'll just kind of do this one that's kind of hanging over the edge. That's kind of fun. You could certainly do another one there just to kind of add in those a little bit more dimension to it. You could also stamp some hearts on the inside if you wanted to decorate the inside of your card. So that's the cute little card, sweet, easy, for those of you that are needing to make a bunch of cards. If you cut your paper like this, and rather than doing like a full quarter sheet or a full background paper, you can get 6 of these out of each designer series paper, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'd have to add it up. I think I counted it that you could get like 12 or 16. Anyway, you can get more of them out of the designer series paper. My math is not working today. So if you need to make more cards, you do your layers like that with a 2-inch strip versus like the 4 by 5.5 or 4 by 5 1/4. Jeez, sorry. Okay, so let me move this one out of the way. Next we'll do the box. These boxes come in the suite, in the B suite. And let me grab the package. They are flat, obviously. There are 10 of them in each package, so they're the square pillow boxes. And they are smooth initially. So this is what they look like. They're smooth white, which I thought when I was trying to put this together, it needed a little bit more, I don't know, a little more something. So I had seen on Pinterest that people were running them through with an embossing folder. So I thought, oh, that's an awesome idea. So that's what I have done with this. So my tips on that, with our 6x6 embossing folders, this is the one I use, the Time Worn type. You don't have to have anything with a specific pattern, you know, just something that will add a little bit of texture. You can put them in there and you'd have to run it through twice. So this is the one I'm going to use, but this is how I ran it through. You just have to kind of overlap them a little bit. This one I didn't do as good of a job when I ran it through the second time to get this little spot with some texture. And then the other thing that it will do, it will flatten out these scores a bit. So you'll have to kind of be really, really detailed or a little bit more diligent when you're doing the folding and bending of but it doesn't eliminate them. So you can still see where they are, but it does flatten them a bit. So you just have to kind of be a little bit more gentle when you're doing making the actual box. And then there's adhesive on the inside here, which I'll pull that off here. Of course, going through the embossing folder, it kind of smushes that down a little bit more. And then they just, basically they overlap on this side. And so again, having that fold really burnished well, which is hard to burnish a fold when it's not a flat fold. But being as diligent as you can on that. And then this side also, maybe take both sides of the adhesive off at once. And then tucking it in. And layering, oh gosh, I can't talk today. I am kind of on my day 2 of migraine today, so that's where some of my word finding and disorganization comes from. So I'm apologizing for that. And then they fold shut like this. So really fun, cute card or box. But see where I didn't overlap? This is a little bit flatter. Now you could put your ribbon over the top of that if that were to happen, or something to cover that up and disguise it, which I may do because this side looks okay. So yeah, although this side has the cleaner folds. So all right, I'm just going to decorate this side. So what I did with the ribbon, this ribbon is also in the sweet sorbet ribbon. I had wrapped it around this way. I think the other kind of fun way you could do it is to wrap it around where the closure is, and then maybe you could put a bow on the top. So that's what I'm going to try with this one to see how it turns out. You guys are going to be my experiment for that. So in that way, we just need some extra. So I have plenty to make a bow. And I'm really gonna challenge myself tying a bow on camera with the residual of a migraine. So that'll be fun. So before I tie it up, what I am gonna do, we also had our tax appointment today with our accountant. So it's been a crazy day already. Stopped at Walgreens, which is one of our little convenience store pharmacy places here in the US. And got some little Russell Stover candies, and actually these two fit perfectly in here to kind of tuck them inside. And I might give them to my husband. We'll see. He doesn't know of what I bought in Walgreens. He's here today, actually, which he normally isn't because he usually works on Saturday, but he was off today, so he is out in the living room. Had taken our pup to the dog park this morning. We have a bunch of snow, not quite as much as Katie got in southern Wisconsin, but we've got, I don't know, maybe 4 inches or something like that. So, but that tired out the pup at the dog park this morning, having that extra snow. I'm just bringing it in closer to me because I have to tie a bow closer so it doesn't slide away. This is not going to be the neatest bow, I will tell you. But honestly, it doesn't have to be if it's one that you're going to kind of open and close to get the candy out. It can be a little bit more. There we go. Didn't turn out too badly. Okay, so then we're going to make our little front for it. What I did with that is just a little piece of sweet sorbet cardstock. This is, I did the 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. This one here is 2 1/2, and I wanted a little bit more white space around the edge for the one I'm doing right now. So that's why I made it a bit smaller. And then the designer series paper is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then I did these 2 little greetings already. These are just scraps out of the bottom of the designer series, or my cardstock envelope. So I was gonna try the pool party one on this one to see what it looked like. So this is gonna just go on top here. And the other thing I'm gonna do before I stick it down is, you see here, I did another little, one of those little dotted lines to show that he's flying. And this is where, again, everybody has shown that the glass mat is awesome. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stamp off of it, putting the main pressure on the cardstock because this is going to dip down. But it might still get on the glass mat a bit. And I just have a wet wipe. Wipes right off. And then we're going to put our little bee over the top. Got to put him up on, this is dry now that it's been sitting for a bit. Oops, I got to move him up, sorry. Make sure you can see me. When I'm looking at the computer of the video, it's a little delayed, so I had to wait there. So, using the mini dimensionals because of these tiny pieces. And these are from leftover paper pumpkins. We always get extra dimensionals in those things, so I always like to use those up too. I didn't have my readers on, so that might help getting these little papers off. And you guys who are so talented with your piercing tools to get the papers off, I just use my fingernail. Or the tweezer. I am amazed at you all. Alright, so this one, like I said, I used the pool party for the wings and the antenna, just to kind of pull in the pool party flowers from the designer series paper. And then I was gonna see if this looked, I think I like that maybe better than the white. So I'm gonna use the pool party version. This I might use the tweezer just because there's not a lot to grab a hold. I want to make sure I'm getting it sort of straight. There. Okay, so on this example, I used one of the hearts from that, from the embellishments that come in this suite, but I'm actually going to use the embellishments that are the celebration, the opaque faceted gems, because they are pool party, and this is Calypso Coral. But I think when you think about the colors, this is very close to, I think this is Pretty in Pink. So we could use the Calypso Coral embellishments on here as well. So we'll see. Use the smaller one, see? So these work well. Like I said, the putty in works really well for thicker embellishments. So maybe do that, and then maybe use a bigger one, kind of right here. I don't mind so much if they're thicker because this is a 3D item anyway. I'm not going to be trying to put it in an envelope or mail it. And then for the dimensionals, I'm just going to grab some more here. Hold on. Gotta dig through my drawer. I was looking for some bigger ones, but maybe all I have are the minis. I'm going to make sure that I'm not putting dimensionals like right where that ribbon is running, just to make it lay a little flatter. I would usually put one in the middle, but again, the ribbon is there. So we'll kind of put it around where they're going to be. All right, so we are bracing. Everybody's been talking about their weather today. We had a little bit of snow, but we're bracing for the cold. It looked like maybe Joy that you guys already have that cold weather and it's heading our direction. So on the weather report last night, we are going to have below 0 wind chills for the next week. So it's going to be fun around here. This is the part of winter that I am not crazy about. I don't mind a little snow, but really, really cold kind of drives me crazy. Okay, so I like those faceted gems. They do have a little bit of shimmer or a little bit of reflection of the light, without being too shiny or gaudy, so they would still work for, you know, a little boy if you were giving them a little gift. Otherwise, it could, you know, girls love all that kind of stuff. So, okay, so here are my cards. Here's the first one, the more simple one. Added a few more hearts to that one. And then I was just going to quick show you, these are a couple, you've probably seen cards with this stamp set all over the place. These are a couple that we made for our demonstrator event a while back. So that's where you can actually stamp the color of the bee also, and then do the stripes. And then this was just a plain white one. I do really like these honeycomb shapes. And actually when I was playing, I'll show you this, but I didn't get to use it. When I was playing and making this, I thought about doing this as the little label, and then putting the bee on here too. So I thought that was really cute with the honeycomb. Okay, I think that's all for my project. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you make these or any of the other of our ideas for your Valentine cards. I want to thank everyone for coming today, for watching, you didn't come here, thank goodness, but watching all of the events, participating in the chat. We love hearing you, watching your comments, seeing them afterwards. We would love to see your samples of anything that you make that's inspired by our ideas. Of course, you've heard from everyone to go back to the demonstrator who invited you to the group if you would like to order anything. You know about celebration. We've all been kind of talking about that. And then the other thing I want to say is mark your calendars for our next event. March 8th and 9th is going to be our next event. So we would love to see you back. And I hope you had a wonderful time. If you've missed any of the projects, please go back. We'll have those pictures in the album, and they'll be linked to the videos so that you can go back and watch. And just scroll through and write down ideas, and hope you've been inspired. All right, have a good rest of your day, and thank you for hanging out with me this morning.